lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet you keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. For all the pain.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
You and me are bored of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me. We're invincible. Don't you see? We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. Keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, oh. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, oh. Let me bleed. Let me just stay one more night. I'll be by your side. We'll live for a new day. We live life the hard way, but not today. Just stay. Just stay. Just stay one more night. We found our way again. We found our way again. We found our way. A new place.
So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
we let it go, but we settled for the last. Couldn't let you want it though. Who am I to let you down? No, who am I to let you down, down, like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Yeah, I'm incomplete. Hey, 'cause I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing, like night into morning. I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days, but I know that home's where the heart is. Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. Oh, we radiate all over the world. We used to radiate, but now we're drowning. As
lurking way down below. And if I can't hold my breath, then I'm bound to become hollow. Can you say that I've disappeared? Can you say that I wasn't there for you?
Hello, and welcome as MBAPPEEK take on Nexus Gaming. Well, it's definitely been a bit of a journey to get here, of course. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Christmas, and let's hope that we can kickstart this kind of post-Christmas, pre-New Year season, or little spree, with some decent Counter-Strike. Well, here we have two teams, both of which are here to prove something in the scene, that being Nexus Gaming and MBAPPEEK. I personally am really looking forward to this. I hope you guys are all doing so as well. Of course, I'm your caster, Crema3, and let's hope that, with a bit of luck, we can have some series that go the full way. You can see a few overtimes as well. Of course, courtesy of Vortex, we do actually have a giveaway going in the chat as well, so if you do ! Giveaway, you too can get your hands on some of the goodies that we have to offer. Again, I wouldn't want you guys to go Christmas without a gift from us, so feel free to check that out should you want them. However, without further ado, here we are in the knife round. We've got MBAPPEEK starting on that T side, Nexus Gaming on that CT side. Looks like Bubble kicks things off with a bit of utility, the only utility on MBAPPEEK as he goes to that smoke and flash. For Nexus Gaming, they hold on to that kit and smoke, and well, let's see how they go from here. From the looks of things, it'll be Bubble lining up this initial smoke early on as MBAPPEEK go for a bit of a wrap through underpass. Once again, util ready to be expended. Nexus Gaming, they go for a bit of an early stack towards B, but they are more than aware of the MBAPPEEK setup as they back away back through towards CT to work their way forward from here. Let's see how they fare, as it looks like Im will take the initial contact, taking Dreamer's head clean off, tearing it straight off of his shoulders. Bubble, he'll try to aggress to shut them down, as he'll try to spam down Im, the only player without armor, actually. And as BTN will aggress towards jungle, he's there to clear down a Victor. Trades attempting to come through from ships. It's messy, but it works. As BTN falls, that provides an opening for MBAPPEEK, especially with Ma finding Im. We'll continue tapping down Zello as best as possible. As util goes out, Raga and Zello the next to respond, though, leaving ships painfully alone. As he finds the first, looks for the second. He'll hear the third around him, and Raga is going to shut him down. It says the giveaway is already ended. That's not good at all. We will quickly deal with that. Again, it shouldn't have. It should end in about an hour or so, actually. So, again, give us a sec. We'll fix that promptly. But for now, again, 1-0 the scoreline. MBAPPEEK, they go down for a full spy. A few deals come out. The odd Mac 10 on ships with Bubble there to support him with a P250 in hand. Nexus, they look like they want to kind of fight for window right now, but the true bit of contact is going to be towards B. BTN flashed out position, fires the first, Mar there to trade. Follow push comes through, but Raga is there to nullify it. A few deagle shots from Regals will attempt to spam down Victor, unable to do so though. As Victor brings it back to a 3v3 Dreamer, Deagle in hand, looking to do a bit more damage as he tags down Zello. The plant goes through, making this round something very worthwhile for MBAPPEEK. Question is, rather than if they can do it, is can they do it? As for now, Dreamer, he'll continue ringing out a few shots wherever possible. The only man who's really going to be caught out of position right now by both that Molly, as Zello finds him. Bubble and Victor, now the last two members, are now Bubble, painfully alone. How's he fare? Well, he's good for one. What more can he do here? Simmons will shut him down, and just like that, Nexus, they lead 1-0. Now, for you Romanian viewers, again, I know you're there. Could you tell me how to pronounce, is it Seminti or Cement? I realise this may end up being a very long series, and I don't want to constantly be stumbling over that name for the full thing. I do apologise for my kind of gruesome attempts to anglicise his name. But if you could let me know, that would be awesome. 70? Oh, Saminta. Ah, okay, Saminta. Alright. Thank you very, very much. For now, though, MBAPPEEK, rifles in hand. A bit of utility there to support it. There's contacts made instantly towards mid. Ships swift to execute Zello, as it gives MBAPPEEK that early advantage. Let's see how Nexus fare with a man disparity. They are playing a bit more passive. BTN having to re-establish a presence towards window, but very difficult to do when you have limited utility. For now, MBAPPEEK, they line themselves up. Ready for this push towards a bubble. He's wary of Ragger's push, but does he clear it? No, he doesn't. Instead, he makes noise, he backs away, and that is going to alert BTN to the main push. With him joining Ragger for the aggression, it means that Nexus can focus their attention towards this A site, realizing that a short push is ruled out the question. BTN show a bit of presence before backing away. 35 seconds on the clock. MBAPPEEK, they shift out like cobras ready to strike. Bubble is quick to find some empty with ships onto him for Nexus. This round it has to be a bust. BTN and Ragger, their money, it's not very good at all, and with ships going on a bit of a rampage here, making it third for Ragger. His only hope can be to save, especially with Bubble looking to clear connector. And with that, MBAPPEEK, they make a very, very clean round, especially with ships just annihilating Ragger there. It's 4k for him, all of which headshots, and that'll bring MBAPPEEK their first round. 2-1 the scoreline now, and Nexus, it's their turn to go down to the pistols. It's their turn to go down to this armor and the odd bit of utility to try and support it. For now, MBAPPEEK definitely with a weaponry advantage. Let's see how it fares, though, as they have to try and withstand the Nexus Force Spy. For now, they go for early mid control. The scout of Zello, smokes, flashed, and naded out of position as he'll try his lucky connector, falling to 36 HP to the credit of a molly. And just like that, MBAPPEEK, they establish some control towards mid. Let's see how the fare goes through. And while we do have this bit of a lull in the round, I am always interested to know, for those of you in the chat, who do you think's going to win? What do you think the score's going to be? I know a lot of people will place bets. I personally don't endorse betting, but I would love to know how you guys feel about the scoreline and who your money's going to be on, because frankly, I've cast both these two teams in many, many tournaments before, and they're really neck and neck from what I've seen. Now, looking at that right on Ragger. He's able to drop his swing. He's able to get away, actually, despite the push from ships on short. So molly from Victor will allow ships to just execute him. So once again, the wrap comes through. Nexus Gaming, they went for the gamble stack, and they rolled those dice, and unfortunately, that was not a very pleasing number to see. They do look to save, and more importantly, if they lose this round, they go down to an eco, unless they save every bit of weaponry they have now, and they treat this next round like a second full buy. I bet it's my ghost on Nexus. Yes, I do read chats. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but, you know, well. it's always a lot more entertaining as a caster, especially as a solo caster, to have the interaction with the chat, because, frankly, I'm doing it for 9 hours today, and it can be a very lonely task to do. So, you guys are going to keep me company for this whole thing. Now that bomb will go off. MBAPPEEK, they're going to bring it the second round. They'll tie things up 2-2. Let's see how Nexus Gaming fare now because they were able to save these guns, it is just going to be a second Force Spy. The question is, will Ragger choose the Force Spy? From the looks of it, he probably won't. Instead, he'll keep his money consistent with the rest of the team, and they'll go from there, hoping to do a bit of damage to MBAPPEEK, trying to keep their economy honest. But for the most part, this Bulgarian lineup are looking like they're going to try and gain some traction here. I don't believe the 9 matches today. I think the matches today are Ethereal and VP Prodigy. And hold the phone for a moment. Dreamer, he's just going to shut down Zello there as he tries to aggress. That's a swift way to bring yourself a man advantage. For now, Victor, he's going to be ready for the aggression of Raga as well. The only man without any pistol. As the first kills there, Trade looking to be found by BTN. Lovely bullet straight to the skull. As for now, Im will do a bit of damage as well. Let's see how the trade comes through. And for Nexus, considering they were on a very poor buy, they've done a bit of damage. They've definitely kept MBAPPEEK on their toes. The question is, can they find a few more players? For now, push looking to come on through. He'll spot the initial player on ticket booth. Molly goes down. He's going to be tagged out very low, actually, as the Deagle of Ceminti does a lot more damage. Bubble, he's swift to put a trade on it, but BTN's been able to respond. It's all on Bubble now. 1 versus 2, tagged up very low, but as is Im. Both players are one shot from either weapon. And this is going to be very, very interesting here. Im, 25 seconds on the board. Does he buckle? Does he falter? No. He stays holding Palace. He waits for the rotation of Bubble. He has no time to go to B. The point of contact will be on A. There's no two ways about it. For now, Bubble, can he shut down the Romanian player? Laying in wait, ready for this shot. Im, how swift can he be? Initial tap goes down, and just like that, Im will finish the job. Nexus, they make it a third round now of the endeavours of a force buy. And for MBAPPEEK, they go down to their next buy. Oh, I've been saying it wrong. I've just seen the chat. I do apologise so much. I'm really bad with names. You see Victor's name on MBAPPEEK. It took, I think, 3 different tournaments before he actually just pulled me to the side and went, "You're butchering it." So, and that's just Victor. Like, that's an easy name. You know how when you try and when you break things down into syllables, for instance, Zello. You could do that for me for Cement's name. That would be awesome. Thank you. And I'll just have to stumble over it every time we get to see him. For now, it's going to go to a full buy versus a full buy, and this is going to be a really interesting round, especially considering that these players be kind of spread out. He'll strike first, ships falls. Now there's a man advantage for Nexus Gaming. They fall away from short. We see them just backing straight back down towards site. Bubble, his aggression is spotted by Raga. The smoke means he can back away. Oh, that's a good point. Where is Red Star? Red Star is currently sitting this one out. Ships is going to be standing in for him. That is something to highlight as well. I do apologise for that, not mentioning that earlier. Oh, just say seeds, that's the translation. Oh, that's easy. Alright. Ceminti. I think seeds is probably the best way to go about it, to be honest. For now, though, it does go to a man disadvantage for MBAPPEEK. They spread out, they allow Victor to make his way up short to try and either sell a fake or do some damage. Raga doesn't quite have the timing on him, but he does have the positioning. Player gets taken down. Zello swift to respond, leaving Mar painfully alone as he'll find a lovely little 2K there to open up the site. He does still have 2 left to find. BTN swift to get to CT is going to cancel that plant, and more importantly, he'll bring Nexus their 4th. Gussie, you're amazing. I love you. I love you all as well. Right. Pause comes out. A little tech issue on the MBAPPEEK side, and I'll tell you what, this is a chance for us to talk to you, because tech issues, we don't know how long they'll go on for. So yeah, let's see how they fare. And what's interesting actually is we were going to originally see these two teams kind of battle it out in at a LAN a couple of months ago in Stara Zagora, which is a small town in Bulgaria. Nexus were actually invited to that. However, due to some let's say global health issues, they weren't quite able to make it. But MBAPPEEK, that was their debut match or a debut showing as both a team and as a I suppose it's a mix, really. They're a mix at the time, but after winning the whole event, they've gone ahead and now they're a team. Of course, the original lineups differed a little bit. Of course, you've got Ma from Fates replacing Sleepy, and now you had Red Star currently with Ships as a stand-in, but the core is still there, and they've done really well for themselves considering how many roster changes they've had to make. And of course, Nexus Gaming, I've cast them in CE champions. They've done really well in every tournament I've seen. It wouldn't surprise me if they make a bit of a breakthrough run going into next year. So it's going to be really interesting as well to see these two teams, because I guarantee you this is a matchup we'll see a lot next year. A lot. Oh, and I have just been given a prompt as well. There is still a giveaway running in the chat for all you guys who are new to watching this this stream. We have a little giveaway running. Again, it's Christmas. We want to give back to you guys as well. So do ! giveaway in the chat, and we can look to give some stuff back to you. Of course, you're gonna have to follow the channel, follow us in order to enter. But literally just a couple of clicks, and you could get your hands on some lovely CS skins. This isn't the only giveaway we'll be running today as well. There's going to be a second one either after the next game or the game after that. I'm going to need confirmation from the guys at Vortex for that. But again, 2 giveaways today. Look forward to that. You're going to get some skins, hopefully. We've got Godminty or Godinty and Fragger right now. How can we come up with like God names every person on Nexus? Can I press tab, please? Well, you said please, of course I can. Again, look at the scoreboard. We've got Ships at top. Fragging that man is just a walking Reaper of Death. No surprise there. And what is a bit more of a surprise is how Nexus, they're really closely kind of wrapped together. All of them kind of pulling their own weight. All of them doing a fair bit of damage on their team. Of course, we look at the ADR. Again, tells a bit of a different story. We've got Ships at 130 bloody 2 with 100% headshot ratio. That is, for lack of a better word, filthy. That is a disgustingly good ratio to have. So, fair play to Ships there. But looking at it as well, utility damage is still there. Enemy smash as well for Sminty, the support player, really kind of shining for Nexus there. For now, though, MBAPPEEK, they changed their tacks, they changed their tune, and it's going to be a bit of a B-rush. Im and what will now be Ragga on the rotation, the players to try and hold. How do they fare against this push? For now, MBAPPEEK, they sit back, they get ready to hold. for now. Slowly shifting up through underpass. Bubble willing to catch out these initial members. The B push has been cancelled. Now as the players are boosted into window, MBAPPEEK start wrapping their way around B. Bubble, they'll make an odd shot, they'll make a bit of noise before backing on away. For the most part, some early utility deployed. Zello scopes in, looking to trade. Unable to do so just yet, though. For now, MBAPPEEK, 20 seconds left. They explode towards this B site. How does Nexus fare? Well, Ragga, he's first to find one. Shift Swift on the trade. Him and Bubble as well have a crack at it. Him staying alive means this B site is going to be a bugger to take, with Seminti making his presence known. BTN Swift onto Dreamer, leaving Bubble now 1 versus 2. And BTN, he's a rock immovable to the MBAPPEEK assault. Not only do Nexus Gaming find their 5th, but they save that AWP. They pick up that AK. And they force MBAPPEEK down to what will be a very, very poor buy. Oh, either say I am or hear me. Okay, alright, I do apologise. Again, I'm just really, really bad at names. We'll say Immy. For now, though, it's going to be an early push out towards A from Bubble as he shuts down Seminti. For now, flashes go out, push goes through. Immy holding on stairs. He's got Ragga to support BTN with a flash going out from CT. Initial push goes down. Bubble, he's going to be at the ready, but with Immy finding Dreamer, this is going to trigger a attack from the entirety of Nexus. Every single one is winning their gunfights. Mari's going to trade onto Immy, but is that enough? For now, Zello and Ragga both respond, and just like that, Nexus Gaming with a very, very clean retake. Find their 6th round, shutting down MBAPPEEK. And forcing the Bulgarian side down to what will be a, well, another bye, but another chance to be reset. For now, though, MBAPPEEK, they found the weakness in the Nexus defense, that being a fast A site attack. Let's see if they choose to exploit it again. This time, though, Seminti quick to shut down Ma, forcing him back as, just like that, MBAPPEEK. They go a man down, but that does not deter them. Again, MBAPPEEK, they make their way on forward. Zello is swift to find Dreamer early on. Initially shut down, and that leaves Nexus Gaming with a 2-man advantage. Through the differential, though, it'll be ships to shift now on ramp. Contact not made as they try to push on forward. As BTN shuts down ships. Follow-up contact made as Bubble falls yet again, leaving just Victor. Last man left standing. He finds one. He's got 3 more left to take out. Can he do so? As he's been taken down, just 46 HP. Able to retrieve the bombs, but unable to retrieve any more kills. Nexus Gaming, they lead 7-2. I see a lot of questions in the chat. Dear Lord. Okay. Favourite CS team at the moment, I am torn. Alright, not on this team itself, but in the fan base. The Sinners, they're great because every game, there's about 700 Sinners fans, all of which check, who are just really supportive. I love them all. 9 as well, so I think we said for the Turkish scene, 9 and Sangel, they're great to cast. Nexus Gaming as well. Any team that has a base from a country that only has one standout team playing on an international scale, always fun to cast. So, MBAPPEEK's the same thing. Always love casting teams like that. What else is there? Where am I from? The very far south of the UK, the posh part. Someone's just copy and pasted my pinned tweet. Yeah, I was I haven't been casting for very long, so I was quite happy with that. Yeah, my apologies. Immy, he's going to be able to find first kill. Zello there to trade. Now, Sminty swift to trade, and again, MBAPPEEK, considering they are on just pistols, they're looking to do damage, and they're able to do so, taking down Immy, but with Ragga regressing up short, he'll be finishing the job that he does. As Nexus Gaming, they lead 8-2. Looks like they're really starting to pull ahead now, and pull away from this Bulgarian side, but bear in mind that MBAPPEEK, they are not the ones, they did not choose this map. This is Nexus's home ground, this is their home territory, and, well, they're starting to prove why. For now, push comes through towards a bit of a default, actually, being said, as Dreamer swift to take the head off of Ragga, but Sminty, he'll aggress on his own accord, shutting down Victor, and just like that, we are going to see it go 4 versus 4. Bit of a weird positioning as well, as the players in Connector are slowly crunched on by BTN and Sminty, as it leaves Dreamer and Ma, the last players left standing. Versus 2. Let's see how they hold. Zello towards backside, trying to catch out the odd member. Unable to do so though, as Immy is swift to shut down any encroaching Bulgarian members. Can you cast my silver team's games? It'll be more. To be honest, like lower tier games are really fun to cast, simply because if you cast like tier 1, tier 2 games all the time, you see the same strats with only the minimal changes, but when you hit silvers, there's no strategy. It's incredible. It's like this weird kind of, it's like a different creature. It's great. But for now, we have MBAPPEEK now down to just the odd bit of armor. They do have their EKs, but ships is only down to a deagle. There's a bit of utility to get them out to a site, but it's nothing to set your heart afire. Contacts made towards ramp. MBAPPEEK, they slowly make their way on forward. Bit of presence shown towards the mid as well, but Nexus Gaming look like they're going to be in a perfect position to respond to this. Made in short as Immy will shut down Dreamer. It does put it to a man disparity. See how contact's made and connect the BTN. He's going to find Bar with Immy on the ships. Did he bubble to clean up the mess? But clean up he does. He finds two. But with Zello and Sminty still standing, the hope of MBAPPEEK slowly falters and flatlines as we see them go down to what will be another scattered bye. How many cups of coffee? I have a coffee with me right now, and it depends. If they're all 2 zeros, and if they're all like this, then I should be okay. If it goes to kind of the first and second series go to a map 3, then we will have to crack out the Red Bull. Hopefully we won't have to, but There's no rule out just yet. For now, though, MBAPPEEK, they make their way forward. Immy, it'll be shut down through ships as he tries to encroach on short. Now, Level's presence known towards Ram. BTN trying to spam it down, but it won't matter with Dreamer. Only on 1 HP. That won't stop him, no. As Raga, it's down to him to aggress up from short. He's got Smithy from behind. Unfortunately, that's the bomb being dropped as well, as he'll find Victor yet again. Zello supporting from short puts MBAPPEEK in a really tough scenario right now, as Zello, he'll bring it down to a 1v1. Ships on Ceminti. How will he fare? Can he shut down the Bulgarian player? That he can. Shipsy pre-fires, but it's not enough. Nexus Gaming, they lead 11-2 on their map pick of Mirage. For now, MBAPPEEK running out of options and running out of time, really, as they push their way in through a fast play out from mid. BTN jump spotting and Connector will be legged down, and Victor will be there to finish the job. Follow-up push goes through. Victor through the smoke will spam down Zello in this fast play. Seems to have caught Nexus off guard. Right now, Ceminti, one of the only players left standing. Down by default. He's got Victor to worry about, and Victor's a fine. Bubble as well having a crack at it, and that'll finish the job. Ships onto Raga, leaving Immy very, very alone. 1 versus 4, and for the most part, he is just going to back away and save. Despite Nexus's success in rounds, they've not had a success in player counts. And that means their money definitely isn't very good here. He'll be able to survive. He'll be able to shut down yet another, but for the most part, MBAPPEEK making this their 3rd round does mean they have a fairly, just a glimmer of hope, so to say. I suspect that the furthest 2 teams can be apart, with the game still being winnable, is 11-4. However, if MBAPPEEK can take this next round, then they shouldn't be ruled out of the equation just yet. And looking at Nexus's buy as well, it's definitely not in the best of places, and with ships hitting shots like that, it could still be a very close game, despite the showing thus far. Dreamer, he'll aggress onto Raga in apps. They'll both spot one another. They'll both miss for the most part, but Ships, he's already come up short, hitting a lovely shot onto Raga, despite being legged down himself. He's quick to shut down Ma. BTN gonna spot Bubble as well as he tries to aggress out from behind. Swift little execution there. As he goes 3v3, BTN ready for the initial push out from App. Streamer going to lead this charge. Fortunately, it'll be his last. He's shut down, putting it down to a 3 versus 2. Emma swift to get up from short, an execution onto Ships and a follow-up on to Victor. Nexus Gaming, they finish the half 12-3 up against MBAPPEEK. A utter stomp and a true showing of prowess on the CT side of Mirage. Let's see how they fare going on to that T side and if they can mirror this initial success. I'll tell you what though, for those of you who are in the chat, please let me know. Do you think that MBAPPEEK can come back, or are Nexus going to make this a swift ordeal? Again, personally I think MBAPPEEK, they could come back. It's not out of the equation just yet. But for those few viewers, I would love to know. Got a prediction for 6 OTs. I pray not, my poor voice. But it would be entertaining. It would be entertaining. MBAPPEEK, they go for armor around the board. They're here for one thing, and one thing only, that being aim duels. For Nexus Gaming, we do see a little bit of utility come out as smoke 2 flashes as they make their way out towards B. Initial smoke goes down, flashes to follow. For MBAPPEEK, they went for the ace stack, and unfortunately, these dice have betrayed them. Picked up, they'll fall swiftly to Zello, allowing the push to come through. As ships, he'll dink down, Imma down to just 1 HP. Bubble looking to have a crack at it himself as he'll swing wide, finding one, looking for a second, unable to do so as BTN survives yet a bit longer. But Ships and Dreamer, they're the next players to make it onto the site. Im now the last one left standing, 1 HP to his name. He's able to shut down Ships regardless, though. Suddenly a 1v2 at 1 HP. Can he do it? Spamming down as best he can, able to find Dreamer. And just like that, by, well, it's a Hail Bloody Mary, but he's able to make it work because he'll survive on just 1 HP, shutting down MBAPPEEK and bringing Nexus Gaming their T-side pistol round, leading 13-3. And let's see how they fare as they progress to what is going to be a really convincing buy as well. MBAPPEEK with only a few deagles, only a scout, as they attempt to, well, survive. For now, MBAPPEEK, they aggress wherever possible, that being a bit of an early push out from ramp by Bubble, but Seed, he'll spot this, but he won't quite give it, or he won't even spot it actually. As he drops down that window smoke, he dodges it, so to say, but as Bubble keeps going, Seed's going to be at the ready, and with a swift first kill, let's see how Nexus choose to re-encroach onto this round. For now, push comes through. As Nexus Gaming line themselves up for a bit of a B hit now. Swift to find Marin. Unfortunately, for MBAPPEEK, that does leave only 3 players left standing, a 2-man deficit, and essentially 2 sites to hold as Ships will be taken down by Seed, who's going on just a bit of a rampage at this point. Nexus, they originally looked to commit towards B, but with Seed just deleting everything, what's the point? They make their way back around towards B. MBAPPEEK, they've been outmaneuvered. Let's see if they've been outgunned. Well, we know they're outgunned, but let's see how they fare in this gunplay. Blunt goes down by Zello. That should force these last 2 players down to a bit of a save from Dreamer and Victor. Nexus Gaming, they line themselves up to hit a 14th. And for the most part, things go from bad to worse. For now, Imma from behind, he'll make sure that Victor doesn't get to hold on to this Deagle. For now though, Dreamer holding on to a Galil will be able to save it into the next round, which is a silver lining for MBAPPEEK, but when you're 40-3 down, can you really risk silver linings? And even that's just been nullified as BTN. Every time MBAPPEEK try to poke their head above the parapet, they just get slapped straight back down. What rank am I in CSGO? I was about 2.1k elo when I was sweating the game, but now I'm about level 8. In matchmaking, again, it was global, but now I'm only about DMG. Like, it's a true fact. The second you cast one game, your rank you lose a third of it. Scientific fact. For now, Nexus, they make their way out towards A, and, well, they are encroaching on these players very swiftly. Bubble thinks down and finished by the molly as Zello looks to finish the job, finding 2 more of his own. As it leaves MBAPPEEK with only 2 players left standing. Dreamer and Victor, the last 2 members, to try and hold us. Just like that, Dreamer won't even be able to get out the window. Zello with a 3k now, looking to maybe find a few more as BTN will accompany him with a push down through Connector. Victor desperately trying to run away with this AK, and credit where credit's due as he is able to shut down Seed, but with this ball about to go off, 50-3 is a very, very scary scoreline, and with Zello hitting a 4k, he's able to maintain that momentum as the Romanian side propels themselves forward, looking to shut down MBAPPEEK here. For now, MBAPPEEK thereby comprising of what's essentially just FAMASs, the odd bit of utility here or there, but it's really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. There's an early push into underbuffs from ships, looking to get a bit of early damage as flashes continue being expended out towards the mid to try and stagnate or slower push. But there's nothing yet. Nexus Gaming, they continue their setup out through mid. Ships, he'll shut down Zello early on. Ragger, he's there to trade as more contact rings on out. Immer making his way forward in through short. Dreamer from behind though, swift to make it a 2k as BTN responds onto his teammate. Nexus Gaming now with a man disadvantage, however, they have a bomb site. Let's see just what they can do with it as Ragger, he'll hold steady with that orb. He's got Seed there to help him as the plant goes down. Shots ready to go on out. Nexus, they tease a bit of a hole as Seed spotted down towards bench, and unfortunately with him finding one and Ragger there to trade, it leaves Dreamer in a 1 versus 2. Looking to hold against Ragger. Does he swing into the orb? Yes, he does, but he does not hold. Nexus Gaming, they take map 1, 16-3, and that's a devastation onto the Bulgarian side as the Romanians go 1 map ahead. We're going to go to a quick little break before we bring you what will be map 2 of Train.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 Bring that beat back.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Let me keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know, so misery, it's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain.
I know my limits. You can break me down, but I will stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again.
Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys all had a wonderful little break. And I do apologise for the bit of a delay between the first two rounds here. But here we are with MBAPPEEK taking on Nexus Gaming. We saw Nexus Gaming boast a man advantage earlier. Or man advantage, sorry, game advantage going into this. Let's see how MBAPPEEK fare. As for now, I think it's safe to assume that having lost 16-3, they have a lot to prove. With Train being one of their best maps, Nexus Gaming having Train as one of their most played maps, we have got an incredible game ahead. Let's hope it's a bit closer than the one we saw leading up to this. And no, Cosmo Roden, you rock, my friend. Thank you all very, very much. And of course, remember to do exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, so you can go ahead and enter that little giveaway. Of course, it's Christmas, Vortex. Over here, we want to give back to you guys as well. So, exclamation mark giveaway. Feel free to enter, and let's hope you win something this Christmas. For now, though, it's going to be MBAPPEEK going forward with armor around the board. They're here for one thing and one thing only, that being Angels. Nexus Gaming, they're going to have pretty much the same story, except big utility that was expended early on. Ragga, he'll strike first, shutting down his ships. The response looking to come through from Bubble as he'll put an end to that, making it 2k, but Imma and BTN swift to put it back to a 2v2, and with Cementi from behind, it leaves Dreamer painfully alone. Unfortunately, that is going to only emphasise the painfully as Zello makes a bullet enter the side of his head. Nexus Gaming, they lead 1-0. Let's see how MBAPPEEK fare going into their bye round. But now Nexus Gaming, their buy is fairly rifle heavy, that being a few AKs here and there. There is the odd Galil there to support it, as MBAPPEEK, they hold on. A few Deagles here or there. The odd scout to support it in the hands of a Bubble. It's here to do damage, but they need more than damage. They need kills. Let's see if they can commit to that. There's, once again, utility expended either way. Bubble, he'll leg down Ragga. He'll take a bit of damage for his woes, but not nearly as much as he outputted. BTN, he's ready for the re-aggression, and that little spam should force Bubble back. He's got the support of the nade of Victor, and that might actually finish the job onto Ragga. Not quite, but he continues the damage. Now Bubble, he'll hold for the initial push. Victor, he'll deploy a bit of utility himself. 35 seconds left now. Nexus, they commit to this push out from A. Victor, he's ready for the initial push, finding Imma, tagging him up, not quite killing him though. Instead it Seeds to try and kickstart this push on towards A, but a lot of these players for Nexus are falling very low on HP. Push comes all the way through. Ships will fall early on, Seed gonna aggress as well as Zello goes on a rampage, leaving Dreamer, the last man left standing. Zaminta will finish the job, and just like that, Nexus Gaming, they lead 2-0, forcing the Bulgarians down to what will end up being a bit of an eco. And MBAPPEEK, they were able to make that round look extremely close, but they just weren't quite able to teeter it over the line. Zello, he'll just rush out with his Mac 10, looking to do damage, and damage he inflicts as he'll finish the job. Ships, he'll try to do a bit of damage as well, Deagle in hand, and well, damage is starting to rack up as he makes it a 3k, forcing it down to a 1 versus 2, as he'll look to catch out any of these last remaining players, but unfortunately, he can't quite do so. Ships, love a little bit of damage, but doesn't really matter at this point. We end up with a bye round on either side, both teams essentially playing for resets, and a double AWP setup comes into view on the horizon from MBAPPEEK. Let's see how they fare. David Blaine, I wish I could drink while casting. Absolutely do. And I wish I could swear as much as Jim Jeffries while casting. And the day that can happen is the day I can provide a very entertaining cast. For now, though, we're doing it stone cold sober and in an English accent. As Ships, he'll find the initial kill. Imma falls. For now, I'll have to see what the response is, as Nexus Gaming stack up towards Pop Dog. Bubble. He's there to respond. Ragga falling, and now Nexus Gaming with a 2-man disadvantage. Have to extend elsewhere, and this time it looks like they're going to set their sights on Pop Dog. Mari's forced away. The AWP of Zello is so swift to strike. As now Nexus Gaming goes down to a 4 versus 3. They line themselves up outside B, and they get ready for this initial push. MBAPPEEK, they have read this perfectly. They're absolutely ready for this push. They got 1-man quick rotation from Victor. They've got Ships playing the wide angle and Dreamer up close and personal on the site. Utility and shots ring on outers. For now, Seed, he's swift to find the first. And Ships, though, it's a very, very nice response. For now, that goes to a 3 versus 2. BTN, he'll start aggressing. He'll push his way out towards back lines, taking down Ships, re-aggressing, looking for Victor. Not quite finding him, though, as Seed hits the flank. He'll find his way up from Oil on Yellow Train down, ready to line up these members. As Bubble falls, it's down to... I say Bubble falls, my apologies. It's down to Bubble, but it does not matter. He wins the 1 versus 1, and he'll bring MBAPPEEK their first round. I've just seen, yeah, it does say MBAPPEEK are a map up. That is incorrect. Nexus Gaming, they're the ones who won the first map, 16-3 on Mirage. Ignore what the map score or series score says. For now, it is Nexus who are a map up. once again, push ready to come out towards B. There's at the ready as Mar shuts down Emma. That does leave MBAPPEEK with a man advantage. How did Nexus respond? Well, they respond with another B execution. Flashes go out, set piece goes down, Dreamer the man to hold, and how does he hold? Well, fairly well, as he'll find one before shut down by Seed. Molly's continue bringing Gone out, and that does mean the Orps are going to have an open season. That force players back. BTN, by some miracle, is able to get towards backside as well. The ships continue aggressing. Ships just running forward, killing player after player as he rings hell down to the Nexus members, forcing Nexus down to what will end up being a very, very poor buy, or an eco, dare I say, as they move on forward and give MBAPPEEK a chance to tie things up 3-3. For now, Nexus Gaming on just Eagles and hardly anything else. Make their way forward, looking for just kills wherever possible. They go for a bit of aggression towards Ivy. Zello going to tank a grenade early on. Dreamer, though, going to tank a bullet. As Victor and Bubble, they respond with a nice little 2k, but Emma, he'll still remain alive. Mara, lovely shot to try and push his way on forward. Ships, he's shut down by Emma, though, who will continue just barreling forward towards CT. Ma, having cleared towards back sight, has got Raga to worry about as well as Emma, but with Emma falling, it does leave Raga. Last man left standing, 1 versus 2, and for the most part, considering Nexus went into this round with Deagles and Naut else, they've done a very, very good job so far. For now, Victor, he goes aggressive in towards A main. It means that Rag is in prime position to go and get a plant. But so what avail is Rag desperately hunting for these members. Little does he know, he's actually just swapped places with the CT players. So make his way out towards B, slowly pushing on forward. With Raga fighting Ma, that is going to kickstart a plant. He's able to punch those numbers in, and with Victor swift to rotate, he'll make his way down towards lower. Does Raga read it? Does he read it? We'll have to see as Victor is going to get the jump on Raga. He'll be able to secure MBAPPEEK their 3rd round, but my God, that was way too close to comfort, considering Nexus, they went into this with Deagles and nothing else. They wanted damage, and damage they did. MBAPPEEK, they scrape through and make it their 3rd, but to what avail? Nexus with a bomb plant, they're going to have a very comfortable buy going forward, but for players like Bubble and Dreamer with only 4k and 4.5 utility, it's going to be a pipe dream, especially if they want M4s. Instead, we see MBAPPEEK roll the dice and go for this double AWP setup. Let's see how it fares. Let's see how it works. As Nexus, they sit that single AWP setup, AWP in the hand of Zello. It's worked for him so far. As Ma, let's spot these early members. He'll drop that smoke before backing on our way. And Raga is going to get that early kill. A lovely shot to Bubble, taking the first AWP out of these members. Ma, he's swift to respond as Imma falls. Victor is going to cement that man advantage for MBAPPEEK despite the early kill. It does not work. Raga, having aggressed up towards Ivy, does have ships to worry about, and understandably so, as a bullet embeds itself in his spine. It leaves Seed and Zello, last man left standing, as they make their way forward out towards B. Dreamer there to tap down Seed, leaving Zello in a 1 versus 4. He tries to make his way down towards the back site. Swift to find the first, looking for the second as he's pursued by his members. A lovely no-scope onto Mar. However, he doesn't find ships, and frankly, he shouldn't have found Mar. Now, that was a filthy shot. Behave yourself. However, push still comes through, and we still see MBAPPEEK take the lead 4-3. For now, Nexus Gaming on just pistols go for a full execution and a fast execution out towards A. Flashes go off, meaning Mar's got to push on forward, but Ships and Mar both open up this push. It leaves Bubble and Victor there to clean house. MBAPPEEK now, the last, well, able to cement that round, meaning that the last kind of injection of money goes their way as Nexus Gaming hit their next buy round. It's going to be a rough one for them, considering they have brought down to 0 on a lot of their players, and with MBAPPEEK able to cement this double up setup, it is all leaning towards a Bulgarian sweep as they move on forward. But for Nexus, if there's ever a time to stop it, now's that time. Molotovs go off. Zello swift to shut down ships there. For now, Nexus Gaming, they line themselves up towards B. So he's shifting forward from ramp as Raga makes some noise out towards Ivy. It leaves Dreamer the only man to try and hold this defense and pose this defense as he makes his way forward, but he has Seed to worry about. He's looking to aggressive through oil, spotting both members. He's good for 1 but not 2 as BTN is there to respond. Contact made as Immer spots both members out holding him, but he's swift to shut down Mar. He's got the next door for Bubble to worry about, so for Bubble, he'll just back on away. Nexus Gaming, off this B hit, have finally opened up this B bomb site, and after a long spree of rounds, have finally put a T side mark on it. So making it their 4th round and reducing MBAPPEEK's lead to only 1. For now, MBAPPEEK slowly nestling on this round advantage. Let's see how they fare. MBAPPEEK, they go a bit aggressive. They have players close to A main, close to Ivy, and Pop Dog, and Ramp actually as well. They are really getting up close and personal, up into the faces of Nexus. Let's see if that's enough though. Down as Mar, he's swift to shut down him. with Zello getting the next say in the matter. Zello hitting that shot consistently, actually diving down Pop Dog and getting that kill. Victor, he'll drop that smoke to deter a follow-up push. So now Nexus Gaming, they even things out 4-4, but for MBAPPEEK, there's no real response. As the util goes out, they line themselves up, 25 seconds left for this A push. Seed gonna make noise towards Pop Dog, pulling Victor's attention away, as by some miracle he shoots him there. Zello swift to find Bubble, meaning Ships has to go huge on his aggression out from Ivy, but the nade is gonna shut him down. He's able to leg down BTN, but to what avail? It's Dreamer in a 1 versus 4. All these members of Nexus are low HP, but I doubt it'll matter. Dreamer with exactly 0 in the bank, backs on away, and gives Nexus a chance to tie things up 5-5. Nexus, they allow Dreamer to hold on to that gun. They too don't have too much money at all. As tactical timeout comes through from MBAPPEEK, things tied up 5-5. Let's see how they choose to advance from here. And of course, for those of you in the chat, while we are sitting through this tactical pause, who do you think is going to win? And what do you think the score is going to be? We have seen Nexus Gaming take map 1 of Mirage 16-3. But this is a completely different ball game. This is MBAPPEEK's map pick. It's one of Nexus's most played maps. Who do you guys think is going to take it? It's going to be bloody close, to say the least. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we see an overtime. It looks like I see a lot of Nexuses, though, a lot of Romanian friends who seem to think Nexus are going to take it. The HUD is wrong, is it? Interesting. I'll take a look at that in a moment. How is it wrong, Probula? Oh, right, the HUD. That HUD. Again, unfortunately, that's the one I can't change. So, again, we'll pretend between us that we know that Nexus have the map advantage. Oh, Bezos, my friend, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you had a nice Christmas. For now, though, it is going to be a tactical timeout coming to a halt as MBAPPEEK, they choose to force. We're going to see AUGs come out on Bubble, the Yorpon ships, however, Victor delegated down to just a Deagle. As smokes go down, a push goes on out, and Imma swift to find the initial player. Ma, there to respond, but Seed is going to get the next say in the matter. Imma caught out, but by some miracle there, he shuts down Dreamer. Leaving Ma and Victor, the last 2 members standing, one of them with only a Deagle. That bomb goes down, and Victor, he's able to retrieve the AWP, but as he backs away, he's got to cling to it with Zello at the ready. MBAPPEEK looking to hold on to these guns, but Nexus looks like they might want to try and challenge this. And yeah, I know that Nexus are a map up and not MBAPPEEK. Unfortunately, that's the one part of the HUD I cannot change. The IP I've used to connect is a GoTV one and not a direct one, so I just don't have control over it. Tell you what, Nexus do have control over though, and that's what guns that MBAPPEEK have to take into the next round. That being none. They shut down the 2 saving MBAPPEEK players, and just like that, we're going to see MBAPPEEK have to go down to an eco. The odd pistol brought here or there, but it's still a very, very tough situation to be in. So, let's swift to shut down Victor. BTN. He's able to find out one more. Mark continues to damage with the Steagle, just draining out shots wherever possible, but BTN, they'll go on a bit of a rampage, finding one more before being shut down by Dreamer, whose single USP is going to do a substantial amount of damage to Nexus, but as they find their 7th round, they continue stringing it together as they look to push on forward. Got a tech issue on the side of Nexus, though, as they call for a timeout. And while we are in this timeout, let's draw attention to the giveaway we're doing. That's right, Azir and Vortex are going to be handing over some skins to you guys. Do exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, and you can go ahead and enter it. It's Christmas time, try your luck. For now, though, for those of you who are in the chat and who are still listening to me, because my god, I'd have muted myself by now, who do you think is going to win? You know, I asked this earlier. I saw a lot of people saying Nexus 16-5. Do you think that's still the case, or do you think that MBAPPEEK can show that tenacity to kind of come back? And actually, you guys could be even more helpful. Could you let me know who's playing next? Is Ethereal versus someone? VP Prodigy. Ah, okay. I should know that because I'm casting it, but why should I look when I have you guys? So, okay, that should be an entertaining one, actually. I haven't seen VP, considering how many tournaments VP Prodigy have been in recently, I haven't actually seen them play very much, so it's going to be quite interesting to see that. Let's hope they do fairly well. It looks like everyone's fairly convinced it'll be Ethereal. Is it going to be that one-sided? Well, some people saying it'll be close. Hello from Belgium. Oh, we got everyone. Everyone's showing up now. So in the last 2 games. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay. All right. Well, again, even though games like that, it's really insane to see teams that face each other a lot. Like in this sort of circuit that we're in, it's sort of like, it's not quite tier 2. It's like teams that are going to break into tier 2 soon. You've got Nexus, Sinners, MBAPPEEK, Fate, VP Prodigy, Ethereal. I think Na'Vi Junior come into that quite a lot. Gambit Youngsters. They're all teams that are really bloody good, but they're not quite tier 2 yet. And we see them always play against each other in maybe not HLTV matches, but like loads and loads of games, especially kind of smaller C-tier tournaments, and it's really, really interesting to watch those sort of teams play, because when they do end up breaking in, I think the best example of that is Project X, who have been insane. They were, essentially when they were with Crazy just got a team and min-maxed it. So I love watching them play simply because back about 4 or 5 months ago, you know, that was my first time casting them. They went from, again, a really unheard of team, and they just kept playing together. No roster changes. I think the only thing they changed was their coach, and even then, it was just consistent work. And, yeah, they're reaping the rewards of that. Coffee break, I could do with coffee, to be honest. Do you reckon if we asked nicely, Nexus could like maintain their tech pause for the casters to get a coffee? I doubt it. I'll tell you what, actually, while we are here, I'll let you know into like a CS and kind of production team secrets, which is, if anyone ever says TeamSpeak issues, that usually means toilet break, but they don't want to admit it's a toilet break, because a lot of rulebooks say it has to be an actual tech issue. So they say TeamSpeak issues, and that encapsulates every issue that can't be said in like kind of standard, you know, admin interactions. So that's a little insight for you guys. If anyone ever says TeamSpeak issue, it means that there's probably someone going to the toilet. I love the insider issue, insider info. No worries, my friend. I'm glad I could provide. Another bit of insider info. Never mind, the game's been unpaused. I'll give you next bit of insider info. I'll let you know next time there's another technical or tactical timeouts, and you can have more insider info with creme de la creme. For now, here we go. MBAPPEEK with, again, another double up setup. Let's see how it fares. As Bubble swift to shut down BTN, and Bubble's going to make it 2. Can he make it 3? Lined up, looking to do so. Not quite able to make it that swift, though. As for now, Imma, he's swift to shut down Dreamer. Only a man disadvantage now, but Seed hold and Seed, he's swift to take down Victor. He's got the smoke to negate Bubbles up. As Zello, he'll be ready for the encroaching Pop Dog player. Mollied out of position, forced on away. Ships a swift shot to Seed's head. Another great one on to Imma, leaving Zello very, very alone. Shot down Mark. He's got the next two to worry about. Exchanging blows with Ships, and Ships, of course, the bad sport. Switches to the USP and finishes the job. He'll settle the score as he'll lead MBAPPEEK to a 6th round, making this game all the closer. For now, Nexus are able to buy up, and they, from the looks of things, they don't really have any economic woes for the rest of the half. However, we're in the penultimate round of the first half. Let's see how either side fares, and let's see if either one can cement a guaranteed victory in this first half. For now, Hello, you naughty animal. That is a disgustingly quick shot onto Bubble to kick things out. And for now, let's see how they fare. As Ragga, swift to shut down Victor. And, well, just like that, Nexus is going to find themselves a 2-man advantage. Ships going to trade on to Seed, who was almost there to find Dreamer. But for MBAPPEEK, they do back away, they do save. Nexus having got that victory in the first half. Let's see how convincing it is. For now, MBAPPEEK 2 rounds down. Let's see if it'll be 3 or if they can start snapping at the heels of this Romanian side. For now, Imma will make his way forward on B. He'll drop that bomb to Saminta. He's going to be ready for the push. Initial contact goes out, and he's able to maintain this top dog control. As Dreamer pushes on forward, he'll spot Saminta. He'll do a bit of damage before backing on away. Well, he's continuing going down, trying to force the bar out of position. He'll ring out a few shots, but now it's down. So with BTN and Co, trying to force them away. Mollies will continue landing on B. That's Bubble on a lovely flank right now. Going to strike on these B players as Ragga will be the first to fall. Bubble now with a wonderful flank. Going to drop some smokes. Going to make some space as he's wary of BTN's presence, but he can't quite navigate it. Dreamer going to shut down Zello, and Ship's going to take down Imma on the flank. With Victor finding Seed, it means that Bubble will be there to finish the job. MBAPPEEK snapping at the heels of this Nexus side. Let's see how they fare moving forward. Once again, second half about to go live, and for those of you who are in the chats, please let me know who's going to win the map. Doesn't matter about score, just who's going to win it. Again, it's about as close as it could get, so it could really go either way. From the looks of it, the MBAPPEEK fans have really shown up now, so let's see who is going to take the map. From the looks of it, oh wow, this is really tied up. Nexus might just have the kind of crowd advantage here. But for now, MBAPPEEK, they accelerate towards B. It's Bubble the only man with utility, that being a Smoker 2 flashes. Nexus Gaming, they maintain this kit, and Smoke with the remainder holding on to armor. For now, contact ready to be made towards upper. Spotted out by BTN. He's able to shut down the first member. He's got Ships to worry about. Will he regress on Ships? Yes, he will, but there isn't an encroaching kill. Seed, swift to respond onto Dreamer, and with Zello supporting from Connector, it leaves Mar and Ships the last men standing. Ships trying to tap down Seed. That he's able to do so, looking for Imma, and that he does. More damage ringing on out as Seed continues doing damage. Zello there to respond, leaving Seed, leaving Ships alone in a 1 versus 3. Not that it matters, as Ragga's bullets embeds itself in his skull. For now, Nexus, they lead 9-7. Let's see how MBAPPEEK fare on what will be their force buy. A few deagles come out. You'll see there's going to be an airstrike onto center site, which Imma is just able to avoid. They're landing on Ragga's feet, so it won't stop him from killing Ships, though. For now, push looking to come on through. Ragga at the ready for Mar, who has got a bit optimistic with his push on Ivy. As contact is made, BTN spotted, BTN killed. As Bubble will find him, trades there, but Victor will get the next say in the matter as Zello continues to do damage wherever possible. He's got Imma there to support him, and Zello's quick little burst there will cement Nexus to double digits as they lead 10-7. And for MBAPPEEK, they now go down to what will be a full eco, maybe the odd pistol brought out here and there. But for the most part, it's going to be a tough scenario ahead for them. at the moment. Ships is standing in for Red Star. That's the stand-in for MBAPPEEK. As they go down to an eco, we are going to see the old Deagle here or there. The old Glock. Nothing too extreme. Now Zello will look to farm some cash right now. Spotting out the first. He's got a few more to worry about. There's his MP9. Won't quite ring true. Instead, it's down to Seeds, whose MP9 will ring true. Lining up the remaining players with Raga fighting ships on the other side of the map. Bringing Nexus their 11th. Just like that, it's down to MBAPPEEK. They go down to a full buy, but with Nexus maintaining this much momentum and with this much pace, then MBAPPEEK, realistically speaking, only have about 1 or 2 buy rounds in them before Nexus can take the game if they can't find something, and quickly. They go for an early peek on towards mid, but Zello is going to be there to respond, and respond he does. Zello, it's disgustingly good right now. As Ships, he's mollied out of position, he'll take a substantial amount of damage back. He got away, 430 HP. As Imma will push straight into him. Flashes go on out, Ships will fall. And just like that, MBAPPEEK go 2 men down. For now, MBAPPEEK, they line themselves up towards A. They start shifting on out. They've got Imma and BTN to worry about, and it might not even come to BTN. Imma swift to find the first. He's got Mar and Victor, the next players to watch out for. Imma almost finishes the job. Victor, the last man standing. As it goes, 1 versus 3. Just like that, BTN finishes the job, and Nexus, they lead 12-7. For now, MBAPPEEK, they go down to pistols and armor yet again. With only one thing on mind, that being the B site. CD swift to fall to Mar. This time, there isn't really much of a trade as MBAPPEEK, they go for backline control, pushing their way on forward. The nades, they're good as Imma finds Mar. Trades there as Ships will respond. Ships making it to the molly. Not quite landing true as he's able to get away, but the nade, that should finish the job as he's not going to fall just yet. And now Bubble on the flank might finish the job. He'll shut down Raga, leaving Zello in a 1 versus 2. Orp in hand, swift to shut down Bubble. He's now got Ships to worry about, switching to the USP, trying to barrel his way on forward. As Ships will be stacked up close, and personal tap goes through. Zello looking to stick it, and Ships, he'll finish the job. Just like that. MBAPPEEK, at long last, they find their 8th round. Was it too little too late? Or are they going to start bringing their things forward? We'll have to see for now. But for the most part, Nexus, they still boast a 4-round lead. Let's see to what avail. For now, Zello, he'll start shifting forward. A lovely shot to Victor to kick things off. As Dreamer, he'll start shifting forward, looking to flank. As he'll shut down Seed. Nexus now, with a man advantage, with Raga swift to find Ships. Spotting Zello, not quite shutting him down. Instead, it'll be Imma to respond as Imma shuts down Dreamer. leaving Mars centre sight to respond onto Ragger, but he does still have players around him to worry about, especially with Bubble pushing up from a main, and with his location known, let's see what damage he can do. As he'll start pushing forward, he's got Zello to worry about, who's up close and personal, with a perfect angle onto whoever pushes, and what a shot from him. Zello, fire right now. Bubble towards centre sight will shut down BTN. He'll tap down that bomb. Zello wary of this, will just drop that flash. He'll start pushing forward. He knows that Bubble has no choice but to try and push and focus Imma. But it might not even come to that. Bubble, he'll fall. Nexus, they make it 13. And just like that, we're going to see Nexus really starts looking like they want to close out the map. And yes, the servers are down. We had a lot of issue connecting to this game earlier. For now, a push goes through. Zello holding it for these members. Flash goes out, MBAPPEEK, they go for the push. Contact made. CD finds the first, but Ships, he'll respond and continue standing, he'll continue damaging. Bubble to get the next say on the matter as the M4 doesn't quite work, especially with Victor approaching from above. Ragger, the last man left standing, 1 versus 3 with only 8 HP, and with Bubble covering the distance, he'll finish the job. Just like that, we are going to see a 13th round for Nexus, or sorry, a 9th round for MBAPPEEK as Nexus lead 13-9. I do apologise for that as we get our teams mixed up there. For now though, that 4-round differential still in place of MBAPPEEK. There's every time to start closing that distance. Now would be at Nexus. They go down to pistols and armor. Let's see how it fares. Imma dodging that early push. Instead, it's down to Seeds to aggress from lower, finding too early on, and as Dreamers shut down, he'll just back away. These Eagles now of Imma and BTN look to hold, but with Ships and Mar both falling very low on HP, MBAPPEEK have a lot to worry about here. That flash to go out, Ships holding the angle. Ships right now doing really well for MBAPPEEK. Kind of counterpart to Zello. Is it enough though, with Bubble fighting too? Saminta there to trade, leaving Ships in a 1 versus 2. He's shut down Seed. He'll make it a wonderful 2K as Nexus off the back of what will be pistols and armor make it a 14th round. 14-9 the scoreline as another pause comes out for Nexus. Let's see how they fare moving forward. If we find out if it's a technical or tactical, we don't. Instead, we'll have to wait. What? Only Gatsby. Was that a question to Vortex or was that a question to me? What kind of games do you like casting most? Any specific region dash tier? Honestly, I really like kind of this tier here of teams that are upcoming but not quite at the top yet. Simply because they will try and innovate. And so you see all these wacky strats that are just fun to watch. But now, it's going to be aggression towards upper as Mar shuts down Zello. Nexus Gaming now looking to continue aggressing it as Seed makes his way towards upper. He's got Victor to worry about. Contact made either side as he'll just back on away. Subtly making his way back down that ladder. Fortunately, he won't make it back to site though, as Dreamer will respond, and with Bubble finding BTN, that leaves both Raga and Immer on a flank. Ship's swift to execute Immer, leaving just Raga, who pretty much just has to, well, save here. Raga, Berkey on away, rifle in hand, and just like that, he won't even be able to save it. Ships swift to execute him. As MBAPPEEK, they hit those double digits. A 10th round for them. Let's see if they can pull it back, or if Nexus Gaming, their pistol and armor buys, will triumph. For now, we actually take a look at the scoreboard as well, and again, this kind of shows it all. Zello versus Ships. That has been the duel to watch out for, and my god, it's been a good one. Look at the ADR as well. 93 to 95. These players so close, but BTN's utility usage is just wonderful. Going to be really interesting to see how this kind of continues in the later fragments of this game. For now, though, Mars swift to open things up, fighting the first and second, but the USP of Siege trying to respond, but I think it's safe to assume at this point Nexus Gaming are going to have a very easy time just holding on and, well, I say holding on, my apologies. MBAPPEEK can have a very easy time just holding on and building a bit of economy behind this as they win the round flawlessly. For now, Nexus Gaming looks like they're going to go for a double eco as well. They really are looking to hold on to these games, and they really are looking to take no prisoners going into their next buy round. Instead, it's just a couple of nades come out. Let's see how they fare against MBAPPEEK. For now, these nades destined for a main as Mar, he eats every single one. He's shut down early on, and now with a man disparity, let's see how Nexus hold it. For now, it's Seminti to respond on some more, but Ragger's the Eagle strikes true. The Molly finishing the job, though, as Immer, he'll come out from B lower. The Eagle in hand, looking to trade and looking to pick up one of these guns, as Bubble and Ships both have to watch out if they're not careful. Ships at the ready for Zello. Can he shut him down? Yes, he can. Leaving Immer, the last man left standing. 1 versus 2 when he's just been outmaneuvered, unfortunately. A great call from MBAPPEEK to head back down towards B. And unfortunately for Immer, he might just have to hold on to this AK and or try and inflict just a bit more damage. He'll make his way forward, slowly trying to catch out the odd member. Bubble, nice little angle, doesn't quite spot them though. As instead Immer, he'll back away. He'll hold on to this AK and he'll wait to see how MBAPPEEK respond moving forward. For now, pulse comes through from Nexus Gaming. I think it's safe to assume at this point it is a tactical one. While they try to figure out what could they possibly do here, what can they possibly do to try and make their life easier moving forward. Now, full push comes on through. Let's see how they fare. Zello, swift to aggress, shutting down Bubble early on. That's just what NEXUS need now. With a man advantage, let's see how they fare. Once again, set piece not quite gone down from MBAPPEEK. However, they are lining themselves up outside this B site. The push going to land in the hands of Seed and of Imma. Is it enough, though? Is it enough to hold? We'll have to see. Seed finding the first two. BTN onto the third. Victor and BTN have an exchange of blows. As NEXUS Gaming, they lead 15-12. Before we go into what could potentially be the last round of this game, do remember the little giveaway we're running in the chat at the moment. Not Imma, please, I am. Okay. Please remember the little giveaway we're doing. If you look at exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, you too could win a skin moving forward. You may have lost some on this game, but you could win some on this giveaway. So please go ahead and check that out. In the same way, Zello is checking out the same main peak, missing the initial shot onto Bubble. But we'll have to see how he fares. But now, more shots ring on out, and Zello, he's really feeling it now. He's going so aggressive on towards Ships. Misses the shot, though, as Ships will shut him down. Follow-up push does come on through. Bubble to get the next say in the matter. Samantha will aggress. BTN as well, looking to push on forward. I am there to find Ships, as BTN will find Ma. Goes 3 versus 3 now. BTN still surviving. BTN still damaging wherever possible. As I am makes his way forward towards back site. Trying to catch out these members. Victor doing damage, but it's Cement from behind. Leaving I am the last man left standing. Dreamer swift to find him, but Cement will make it the 3K. And NEXUS Gaming will take the series 2-0. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. I've been your caster, Crema3. You can find me at Crema32 on Twitter, or by doing exclamation mark caster in the chat if you want to find the little giveaway we're doing, exclamation mark giveaway. But for now, hope you guys all have a merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next game, which should be momentarily actually, as Ethereal take on VP Prodigy.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let